Good evening, good morning, traders, and welcome to the Forex breakdown as we go ahead and take a look at the trade opportunities. This is our Forex BattleGround, where we go ahead and take a look at trade opportunities that are heading out for this week. So we want to go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with the market, what news reports have we got out this week, but also more importantly, what pairs are moving the most. And that's what we're going to focus on in today's session. Now, remember, these sessions happen every single week, so make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that anytime we do broadcast at the beginning of the week, as we go ahead and look at the outlook for the week, you're ready to rock and roll, and you can go ahead and take a look at these setups. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the charts right after this. Alrighty, traders, welcome back. And yes, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what is moving this week as we go ahead and take a look at the details. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some simple steps that you can use in order to be able to find trading opportunities. But then once we find which currency pairs are the best ones to look at this week, we're also going to go ahead and take a look and see exactly how we're going to break it down on the chart, meaning we're using technical analysis to do that and identify trading opportunities as we go through the week. So let's go ahead and do this first. Firstly, number one, I want to go to the currency strength dashboard right here. As you look at the currency strength for the week, you notice that we've got the JPY that closed out for the week strong. This is now last week. Last week we had a very strong move in the JPY, and then Aussie dollar was the weakest setup last week. So we had Aussie and JPY traded against each other, and of course JPY was strong. Now, if you got JPY that is strong, does that necessarily mean that we are going to continue to see JPY be strong over this week? Not necessarily. All right. So that was the tone last week. Let's go to the Aussie JPY right here. And once again, take a look right here. The closing candle last week closed out showing that Aussie was the weakest currency pair along the currency trading against the majors, and then the JPY was the Aussie was the weakest currency trading against the majors, and the JPY was the strongest currency trading against the majors. And so as we go into the charts and we take a look at the Aussie JPY, we can see how last week was bearish. Here we go. So this is a no-brainer right here. We can see how the market went ahead and actually sold off in last week's trading. That's pretty clear. But also what's clear, and I think it's important to note this as well, is notice that we are in this A, B, C, D move right here. This is an A, B, C, D move. And in my world, I call this a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 right here. And now we're in a wave 4. Now, what's important is that we're going to look for the market to find a bit of support right here and then turn around and move to the upside. And we could look at different options. This is a 4-hour time frame. You can certainly look at different ways of identifying turning points in the market. The one thing that I like to use is divergence. And if you look down below right here, you can absolutely see that price is moving lower right here, and we do have momentum moving up. So there is a very good chance that Aussie JPY is done with the weakness that we had last week, and that we're going to see an upside rally. And so if that's the case, then would it be possible that I could go down to, let's say, a 4-hour time frame right here, and I can look for the Aussie JPY to start changing directional bias? And as you can see already right now, we can see that on a 4-hour time frame, that we can see that the Aussie is gaining a little bit of strength, and the JPY is losing a bit. It's not the strongest, but it's losing a bit of ground right now. It's still strong, but it's definitely weaker than the Aussie. So we could absolutely start seeing some turnaround as JPY goes into the weak territory and Aussie stays strong for the next 4 hours. So this is definitely something that you want to keep your eye on. So Aussie JPY, put that on your watch list to keep an eye on, because this certainly could be something that could be setting up pretty solid. All right. Well, good day to Mason. Mason, good day to you, my friends. And by the way, traders, if this is the first time that you've joined one of my sessions, I want to go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Not only subscribe to the channel, but do me a favor and support the channel by going ahead and smashing the like button. And yeah, you can beat the heck out of that thing. Just beat it up. All right, but smash the like button. Let's go ahead and make sure we share the love across the world, which means that when you share this video or like the video, this what happens is you go ahead and mess up with the algorithm in a good way and sends this video out to as many people as possible. So if we can get as many likes as possible on this video and share this video out to everyone, we can get this video out. And if you want to continue to see these videos, I'd like to have some support from you guys as well, and that'll be great. All right, now, as we continue to monitor the setup right here, let's go into another currency pair, right? We've got Aussie JPY. We've already identified that Aussie JPY is a bullish setup at the moment right now. And so we want to go ahead and make sure that we are going to continue to monitor upside potential on the Aussie JPY. So there's a lot of upside potential. In fact, if you want to look for a target to the upside right here, I would say that price is going to be on its way towards around about 87, 88. So if you want to write down 87, 88. That's going to be the upside target on this pair right here. All right. And again, if you look over here, this is in the short term too. So this could go even further. But 87, 88 would be right about where we would find the next level of resistance after it breaks through those highs. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back here. So this is an easy way for us to identify, what we have regarding trade setups. And if you take a look right here, once again, we got the Swiss in the last 4 hours. So I'm going to change this, go back to the weekly, and just pull up the weekly right here again. So we've got Swiss that's strong. All right, this is the second strongest right here. And then we've got pound that is the second weakest. But let's look at Swiss Aussie right here. Let's take a look at Swiss Aussie, and then we'll also take a look at pound JPY as well, because it looks like pound JPY is also selling off, and we may actually see a turnaround in pound JPY as well. But let's go to the Swiss trade against the Aussie first. So Aussie Swiss right here. Let's go to Aussie Swiss, and let's pull up Aussie Swiss over here. Now, I've got the 4-hour time frame open right here, and once again, we can see that Aussie Swiss was definitely selling off last week, all right, due to Aussie being weak. So we had a nice little sell-off right here. Price moved down a little lower, okay, much lower. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If I look at Aussie Swiss right here, I love looking at my wave structure. And the fact that we had traded back below this level right here tells me that price is probably looking to go back into a deeper retracement move, possibly even go ahead and get down to this level right here before turning around and moving north. So, which means that traders, that when I look at this right here, I see maybe a short-term rally, then a further dip right here. So Aussie Swiss, I'm looking at Aussie Swiss right here, and I'm thinking that Aussie Swiss could be seeing a little bit of rally, then turn around, and we're going to head back down south. We're chasing after the lows down here. So I would be more bearish on Aussie Swiss, all right, continue this trend, provided, of course, you stay below this high, which is around about 68.21. So 68.21, we definitely want to go ahead and stay below that, below 68.21, okay? So let's go ahead and make sure that we mark that off, that Aussie Swiss is still bearish, and this is just a slight bullish retracement right here. All right, and we're going to see this market heading further back down south. So we'll take a look and see how this plays out. But I'm really excited about possible rally and then dip right here. All right, let's go take a look over here on the pound JPY. We said we want to take a look at the pound JPY as well. So pound JPY, let's move to... Oh, and by the way, just before I move away from Aussie Swiss right here, Aussie Swiss could see us moving back up to around about this level right here. So keep this level in your, keep that level marked off. And again, I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to mention it again at 68.21. So price could definitely move up to this level right here and start heading back down south. Now, there's nothing wrong with maybe cost averaging in, so right now, because this is going to be, as you can see right here, if we look at this internal swing, we have a swing low high right here, and then we have another swing low high right down here. So this is a shallow retracement, expected to be a shallow retracement, maybe a 382 bounce, and then turn around and head back down further down south. So we'll be targeting, like I said, targeting this level right here. That's where we're going to be looking for price to go ahead and move back down to, right about there. Okay? So keep that in mind that we could still move up, but overall, we should start seeing price working its way back down south towards this level. So cost averaging in on this, using dollar cost averaging as a trading approach, might be the way to go on this particular setup right here. Okay. All right. That's on the Aussie Swiss. And so let's go to pound JPY. Remember, pound JPY was one of the weaker currency, pound, and then JPY being the strongest. So we'll look at pound JPY and we'll look at pound Swiss as well, because both of them indicating that we had a sell-off, which means that we might see this week a change in the safe havens. We've been talking about that last week, and we mentioned how the JPY, the Swiss, even the dollar has been showing some strength over the last couple of weeks, and yet we're now starting to see some sort of correction. So there is a possibility that we may end up seeing at least in the beginning of this week, some weakness out of the safe havens, Swiss, JPY, and dollar. And then maybe that could turn towards the end of the week or continue, depending, of course, which currency pair that we're trading. Because remember, it's not just the currency we're looking at, but the currency pair, which means that there's two currencies that we have to consider when looking at trading opportunities. And that's why we always go to the technicals, because that tells us, in the technicals, it tells us how one currency is competing against the other one. Whether it's weaker, stronger, or the same, whatever, we can see that by price action. And those patterns tell us exactly what the markets are telling us, right? And so we look at that. So let's look at pound traded against Swiss and JPY. Here's pound JPY right here first. And so a pound JPY is interesting. It really is really interesting. Let's go to the daily and I'm going to show you why. Okay. So yeah, we have a big, large swing to the downside. We have a lot of range-bound trading here. But what's interesting about the pound JPY is that we actually got to the top of that range. And so if you asked me, you said, well, Big Dog, can't we blow through the top right here? And you're absolutely right. Yeah, we can. But what we do know is that there's going to be some push off this resistance. Price is going to be rejecting that level and pushing further down south, even if it's just a correction move, right? If it means that the market does something like this, where it goes like this and pushes down and then goes back up to break through that level, that's fine. If it takes this little dip and then the rally, that's fine. But what we're going to be looking for right here is indication of a sell-off, because this sell-off could be 200-300 pips down south. So this could be a 200-300 pip opportunity. We can actually take a look and see what it looks like. Take a look right here if I go closer up. So as I go closer up, we notice that the market went and created all these little swings going up right here. And so what we're looking for right here is we're looking for a reason why the market could turn around and head south. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to put in a swing from here to here. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark off another swing all the way up here to the top. And so if I look over here, this is what's important. I'm going to zoom in a little closer up so we can get to the details. But right here, so this is the last high right here. That's the last high from the previous swing. And notice that price is traded below this. So there's a couple of reasons why price could fall further down south. Firstly, number one, we traded back below this level right here, which is a significant swing high. We're also trading at that resistance, right, from the consolidation resistance there. We also noticed that we had quite a bit of divergence here as momentum started falling south as price continued to move up. So that was also a good reason why we could see price moving down south. But now the question here is, which I'm sure you have, is how much further can we drop? Is the pound going to weaken against the JPY? Doesn't matter what the JPY does. Is the pound going to be the weakest out of all the majors and continue to work its way back down south? Well, what we do know is when price moves in a fourth wave, this is a fourth wave. Look over here. This is wave 1, 2, 3 right here. When price moves back inside this range, we're expecting price to take out the low right here. So when we said that we could see this little dip, right, this little drop before the rally, well, this could absolutely be the case. We could see price doing this, where it comes back down deeper, takes out these lows, comes out deeper, and then takes off and moves back up north. So what is inevitable based on the technical analysis right here is that we can at least with a bit of confidence say that pound JPY will continue to weaken, and we may see some little bit of strength in the pound JPY in this week. Maybe a little bit of correction. Maybe the whole week's going to be a slight bullish rally in pound JPY, but it's just going to be a correction move based on the sell-off, right? Which means that if we look at this right here, we're looking at price doing this. Let's kill some of this right here. We're going to look for price to do something like this. And I'm going to go down to the 4-hour so we can see the swings better. There it is. All right, so price is going to do this. This is what we did last week. We drew up this right here, and we said that we're looking for pullback. So this is what we're expecting. We're expecting pound to move against the JPY, get a little stronger against the JPY, or maybe even just JPY just weakening, allowing the pound to move against it. So yeah, we can see that price is going to move up to this level. Now, that's the maximum that we're expecting it to move, all right? We expect the market, and again, it's not to say that we can't turn earlier before that period, but we will be expecting price to go no higher than this level right here, which is priced at 154.50. So 154.50, if we ever get to 154.50, then it's going to be a good selling level right here, right? Now, we also have, if you look over here, we also have a divergence here, indicating that we're hitting the bottom and that price is going to move back up. We also have the market coming back to retest these levels of resistance right here, okay? And so all these levels of resistance are becoming support for the market. So that gives us good confidence that, yes, there is a correction due, but this is where we're anticipating price to move to before selling off back down south. So if you're a scalper, intraday trader, and you're looking for directional buys, short term, we're looking at a bullish move to the upside. And then long term, we're looking for price to move back down. So you can enjoy the rally on the pound JPY up until around about 154.50. And then at that point, start looking for the price to move back down south again. Right? Make sense? Okay. All right. Hopefully it makes sense to you because that's what it's setting up to do right here. Now, lastly, we're going to go ahead and jump into the pound Swiss franc right here before I go into some cryptos. And stick around. We're going to definitely take a look and see what's going on with the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course, my favorite, SHIBA, because I believe that's going to be really good as we look into this week. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Now, a reminder, if you have not already, and I'm sure most of you have, but if you have not already, go ahead and smash the like button. Remember, traders, we broadcast on this channel a few times throughout the week. So you want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you can make sure that you get access to our videos when we go live. All right, just make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to go ahead and smash the like button too. Absolutely want to smash the like button. Now, here we go. Pound Swiss franc, 4-hour time frame. We've been selling off. Pretty normal, right? Especially after we've noticed that pound Swiss has been a weak pound and strong Swiss. All right, so we get that, we understand that, we see that, and we can see it in the actual chart itself. But the thing here is, all right, the thing that is very important that we have to notify not notify, but we have to notice is the fact that we've got this. Look at this: wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. We're in a fourth wave pullback. And we're coming all the way back down to this fourth wave low right here, or at least this wave high, wave 1 high. We're coming all the way back down here in the fourth wave. So that means that there's a very good chance that pound Swiss may go ahead and start working itself back up north. Now, don't take my word for it. Let's take a look at the larger time frame. Let's get a little bit more deeper perspective of what's going on here. I'm going to go to the daily and take a look at the daily. In fact, forget that. Let's go to the weekly. Let's go ahead and pull in all the guns right now. And we notice right here on the pound Swiss franc, we notice there's a whole bunch of support down here at this level. And the market's bounced off there once. All right, there it is. Bounced off there once, bounced off there twice, bounced off there again the third time. And that's where we've gone ahead and taken off, right? Right there at that third bounce right here. You can even see that price try to even break through that level, but failed to do so. But it's starting to wave up. So we got to believe, not only did we break through this trend line to confirm that trend's up, but we got to believe that price is going to come back up all the way up here to the top at 155. That's where we can see the long-term outlook on the pound Swiss franc. So what we've got to do is we've got to pay attention to the cycles, the bullish cycles that are taking place on the pound right now. And as you can see right here, wave 1, 2, 3, and now we're in 4. What happens when we come to wave 4? We are looking to rally. So now we go back to the 4-hour. We've got enough evidence on that lower time frame to go ahead, or the high time frame, to go ahead and confirm that the bulls are in control. And so we're going to look here on the 4-hour right here. If I look at the 4-hour, I'm already seeing how the market's gone ahead and rallied up right here. Now, granted, we have not taken out this trend line, and we do have a lot of upside potential on this. There's a huge amount of upside potential. Take a look right here. All right. We have ample space. All right. Ample space right here where we go ahead and look for price to move up to the 1.27 right here. I'm going to go ahead and mark it off right there. So this level here is where we're expecting the market to move to. Now, if I go ahead and measure that off right now, that looks like we've got about 1,100 pip opportunity. That means the pound opportunity is offering us a lot of upside potential. We've just got to go ahead and make sure that we're there. All right, absolutely there. And so we want to make sure we are there. And so what we're going to do is we are going to get in on this, and we're going to trade along when the signal's there. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and speak about strategy. In our other sessions that we have on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which is the Pip Grabber trading session, we talk about these type of setups. We talk about these quick in and out of the markets. But there's different types of strategies that can be used on different ways of trading, right? If you're swing trading, scalping, intraday trading, position trading, it doesn't really matter. You'll have a different strategy for everything. So whatever your strategy is, go ahead and look for buy opportunities on this, because that's really what we're looking for. We're looking for buy opportunities on this. Now, one thing traders can do if they want to be a little bit more conservative on them, on the trade setup, they can go ahead and wait for the market to break through the trend line. And when it does break through the trend line, this could be your starting point. And I'll be paying attention to this. Take a look right here. See it here? Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the breakout takes out the high. We create a nice little bull crown right here. Then we look for the market coming to a deeper retracement, take out wave 4, and then right there, that's the opportunity to start buying in. So there might be some scalp and intraday trading in the short term that is available. But if you're looking for a long-term position, you may have to be a little bit more patient. Let it take out the high, let it come back to that right tip of the crown, and then go ahead and start looking to buy it in long again. So keep that on your watch list. Pound, Swiss franc, definitely something to watch out for. Okay, let's go ahead and swing it to some cryptos. All right, some cryptos are moving nicely. Take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now trading at just about short of the highs that we got back in March. I think it was, sorry, not March, October last. No, is it? Oh, sorry, this is the 4-hour. My bad. So this was October. This is around about October 21st. We did get a new high on Bitcoin right here. And let's take a look right here. That high was at 67,000. And we started to march back up there again. In fact, my projected target on Bitcoin is up here at around about 74,000. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to get to 74,000. So breaking through those highs, don't think that's going to be a problem. But 74,000 is going to be definitely the mark to go ahead and watch out for. Now, the same for Ethereum. Ethereum is actually chasing after my target. My target is up here at around about, let's see here. Let's go ahead and pull in some more data. So here is my, looks like I got a large swing forming right here. And my target on this is going to be the 1.618. There it is there, right there. We said 50% cash out. I'm going to take some money off the table of Ethereum, wait for another pullback and get back in on this. But around about 5,400 is my target for Ethereum to the upside. So we're definitely going to look and see how that plays out. I know that November and December is very good for cryptos, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum. We tend to see a lot of big upside move. Now, one of the altcoins that really is that I'm really fancying right now, and again, just really in the short term. This is not a long-term hold. I don't think SHIBA is going to be a long-term hold. I think it's a good profit taking in the short term. just because if we look at the market cap and the total market cap, it's just impossible. I know there's been hype around hype around the internet, talking about a SHIBA going to 1 cent and $1 and all that other good stuff, and that's great if it could, but realistically, if you look at the market cap, and the amount of market cap that it needs to accumulate in order to be able to get to those levels, we'd have to see a SHIBA at around about 4 trillion. All right, 4 trillion, which means that the market cap right now is around about, I think the market cap for all cryptos is about just above 2 million. Let's take a look right here. I'm 3 trillion. So we're at 3 trillion at the moment right now. So the market cap is growing, absolutely growing, as we see more and more of these coins come onto the market. So the market cap is 3 trillion. In order for SHIBA, here it is right here, to get to that market cap, we'd have to see it. Would have to see at least 4 million in market cap right now. We've got it at, let's take a look. Sorry, 4 trillion in market cap. Right now, we're at, look right here. We've got what? This is 100, 300. We've got 4 billion at the moment right now. So we're at 4 billion. It'll have to get you 4 trillion in market cap. And I mean, that to me just seems like very unlikely that that's going to happen. And I can't see that surpassing Bitcoin and Ethereum in market cap. So $1, or at least 1 cent, or even 10 cents, isn't something that I'm really going to hold my breath for. But I do see it moving higher though. And here's my target on SHIBA. So right now, if you look at SHIBA right here, it actually is set up right here, and it's tied up here with this big downward trend line right here. If we see a break of that trend line, we're gonna test the highs again. They're at 8,800, and then we're chasing after 10,700. 10,700 is going to be a good place for me to go ahead and start cashing out. I'll probably go ahead and look to see if there's a lot of sellers at that point, but there's a very good chance that we're going to have a big sell-off from 10,000. So I'm definitely going to cash in right here about 10,700. Very big opportunity to the upside. If you take a look right here, for those that are just getting in, that's a 90% opportunity. For those that are already in, and I'm in already, and I've got a lot of orders down here that I got in at, so I'm holding on to this until that level, and I'm going to be cashing out a lot more than just 90% on this trade. So that's why I like SHIBA so much. I think there's a lot of adoption in it. I think there's an opportunity for it to get to that 10,700. Does it get to 1 cent? Does it get to 10 cents? I don't think that's a possibility. Not right now. Not until, of course, we start seeing total market cap growing. Then yes, maybe over time we may end up getting there, but it's certainly not going to be in the short term. All right. Anyway, that is what we have on SHIBA. Yes, burning does help, and that's why I'm thinking SHIBA could go ahead and rally. Because yes, there was, I can't remember the exact amount of coins that were burnt, but yes, actually it's tokens, not a coin. SHIBA's actually a token, it's not a coin. But yeah, so there is that possibility that burning certainly helps, because when you burn coins, and what is burning? Just so that everyone understands the term burning. When you're burning coins, you're actually placing it in a wallet that is non-touchable, that is not touchable by anyone else, which means that you're placing it into a wallet that is not available to everyone. And so when they burn, then that means that the coins that are available for everyone to trade are less. That does bring up the value on that particular coin or token. In this case now, that's what's happening with SHIBA. It is a token there's been a lot of burning of the SHIBA token, which is going to increase the value. And I believe it was the CEO from Ethereum, because SHIBA is linked to Ethereum. SHIBA is a link to Ethereum, and what has happened is they did donate a lot of the coins that were also burnt. I think 50% of the coins that were given were burnt, which is going to create some strength in this token. So yeah, Mason says I may make a little of SHIBA. All right, good. Well, good. Yeah, SHIBA's creating a good opportunity. Anyway, I am invested in this invested in other coins, but we'll leave that for another session when we talk about altcoins and what's going on with the altcoins. And I'll probably start broadcasting that sometime in this week. So look out for another video on altcoins, and we'll go into a little more detail which altcoins are hot for this week and which ones are not. All right. With that being said, have a great week of trading. Enjoy the Swiss JPY and dollar index movement this week, because I think we're in for some good price action move and a lot of profits. So with that being said, have a great week of trading, and I'll see you next time.